Hello and welcome to today's vlog, and we are here to sort of talk about some stuff. You know, first of all, I do want to point out that I'm wearing this pretty cool shirt. Not gonna lie, and I do have a lot of chips over here. I don't know. I felt like that was necessary to say. What is necessary to say that was about in today's vlog? It's more a personal reflection of myself. I I really think now if I do pause a lot, that's just because I want to say the right thing, you know. So just know that. I think over the past couple years, I more became who I want to be. You know, I think I've noticed it more this year that I really have became more of who I want to be. You know, as the person that I am. I think that it's both in school, even though there's only like a month, less than a month left. I have noticed that, and I just want to say it, here on a video. And I feel like I've noticed that more in videos. There's been more who I am, who I want to be. And I noticed that I'm able to do these kind of videos, where I'm more open about myself. I definitely have noticed a change in myself over 4 years. Obviously, that's something everybody changes over time. But I really noticed this change of how I was in 9th grade compared to now in 12th grade. In 9th grade, I really had a lot more of the stuff carry over from how I was in middle school. I didn't want to say something that somebody would be triggered by. Obviously, in 9th grade, triggering somebody wasn't really necessarily a thing. But you know what I mean. I didn't want to do that. Where now I don't really care. I'm going to say something wild, and you're going to probably hear it. And I know a lot of people just, they'll say something wild in, their group, and they're like, that's wild. But, I don't really care. I'll go out and say something wild, and somebody's like, damn, you crazy. I'll be like, yeah, I know. I noticed this a couple days ago. We were playing in my study hall, I guess you say that. Study hall, senior lounge, whatever the hell you want to call it. We were in that. We were playing Uno. And I just had the most whack shit. Really loud, so everybody in the whole place could hear it, because I was the only person talking in the whole place. I mean, people I was playing the game with were, but they weren't saying this stuff as loud. I was like, I don't even care, man. You know what I mean? Things definitely changed. Of course they're going to change, but I just wanted to sort of say, I really noticed. Which I guess that goes with the fact that my attitude about things is I don't really care. If I say something that you find offensive, that's your problem for getting offended by a word that I spoke. And I find it kind of wild that we're in a time where there's a lot of people that get easily offended or triggered about something you say. I just think it's crazy that we're in this time of, if you say something that I don't agree with, then you're a terrible person. I just think it's wild. So, I personally don't care. If my opinion triggers you, okay. If what I say triggers you, okay. I don't really care. I'm kind of fine with that. And I'll accept that fact. And you know what? You can move on. You get over it. That's what I'm at. I don't care. Now, of course, there are most things that I'll say to my friends, I'll say in a video. Most things. Sometimes I know we're going to trigger people, and they might take it out of proportion. And be like, wow, that's really terrible. Of course, everyone I'm saying it to knows it's a joke, but I don't necessarily want to say it in a video, because some things might just trigger people. And, if you said something as a joke, but if you said it as a joke within your group, you can say it multiple times, people will be like, oh, that's funny, haha. You don't really mean that. Hey, that's really funny. But if you say it in a video, you know, your friends and your group of people you're around know you really well, of course. For the most part. Most of the people you're around that you talk to, they know you pretty good. But in a video, you know me for what I provide to you. You know, we don't sit down, whoever's watching the video, we don't sit down and talk and hang out. We don't sit and talk and play video games together all the time. So memes I make, maybe you don't think you're funny. Some things I say you might find that are actually offensive to you. And that's your problem. I also look at the things of how I've changed to become myself more is the videos that I've done. Okay? But not so much the videos that I've done. Of course, Beyblade videos weren't going to last forever. Okay? They weren't going to. And that's fine, because I really don't want to play Beyblades ever again. And I haven't since the end of 2013. But now I'm at a point where the video games are really cool to play. But more than that, I think that I'm at a point where the content that I make has changed. But like the things that I do in videos and things that I say. Again, it's all the things that I say and things that I do. I've become more of myself. And I feel like that's the thing that happens. The topics that are talked about in these videos, wild shit comes up. And I'm fine with that. And I love the things that I bring up in videos, and I love the things that I say in videos. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't say it. Okay? If we're talking about a topic, I'm just like, boy. You know, like, I'll say something and I'm just like, you crazy. Like, but, you know, I just do it, you know, because I do what I like to do. That sentence made delicious sense. What else could we talk about? The words that I use in videos are a lot different than I did in my old videos. You can watch that. The progression really changed when I came into video games. I didn't really say many words that are inappropriate to some people, which I do now in videos. You know, maybe not in this video because it's a more serious video. But in a lot of my other games, it's just like, I don't even know. I'm just going all out, and I just say whatever has in my mind that I can roast somebody with. But I mean, that's the thing. I feel like I've become who I want to be. And you know, if you want to challenge me on something, or you want to say something to me, I can call you out on it. You know, like if you want to say something that I think that's kind of wild, you know, I'll call you out. Like, I called the teacher out a couple days ago. Shit was hilarious. So, let me get into this story real quick. Quick summary. Use my phone to read in one of my classes. This is my support class. So, I just read on my phone, you know, because if I did my own work or didn't have work that day. Sit there, read on my phone, whatever. Read the articles. The ones that pop up on the side if you have an iPhone. Or I know they have it on Androids too. The messages that pop up automatically. I know on iPhones if you scroll to the left, you can have news stories pop up there, or if you get rid of them, but still. I use the news app on the iPhone, let's just say that. Okay. And if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys can obviously see who I follow on Twitter. But I do follow a lot of different news sources, right? Different newspapers, different news companies. You know, I forgot what newspapers I follow. I know I follow CNN, Fox, and then I follow newspapers like Washington Post, New York Times, something like that. I don't know. I try to get both political sides of stories. So, either way, not to get into politics of things, but either way, so I was reading different stories. And I decided, these stories aren't good enough, okay? I've read all these. I've read all whatever the stories was for the week. Or forever that day. That I really cared about, because then it just gets into bullshit about celebrities that I don't really care about. So then I decided, I'm going to go to Twitter. So I was scrolling through Twitter. Teacher got really triggered. That I was using my phone, because I was on social media, not doing work. Either way. So she told me that I couldn't use my phone for the rest of the year. So I'm like, kill yourself. So I'd actually say kill yourself. I probably should have. Not actually. Probably good I didn't. But either way, so I do this whole thing, and it's all going spicy. So I get really triggered and don't do anything the rest of the class. Things all good. So I didn't do anything for the class for like 2 weeks then. So one day I have a jacket that's got 2 pockets down at the bottom and 1 pocket right here. So I figure this is the best pocket for my phone. Because the 2 pockets I like to put my hands in. I don't really like having my hand touching my phone all the time. Because then it'll get all weird. It'll get all nasty in the back of the phone case from my hand. Because your hands get warm in your pockets. So I didn't really want to leave my phone in my pocket. So I left it in this pocket. But I was sort of tired. So I was leaning against the desk. And it was sort of like pushing in my phone. I'm like, I don't really want this here. So I put it on my desk. Things are alright. Now the teacher's walking around the classroom on her phone texting people because I can see what she's doing, going on Facebook. So I figure, you know what, I'm going to be a meme. So take my phone. Don't turn the screen on because then I'll be using my phone. So just held it in front of me and just look on the screen. You know, just seeing how my glasses looked or how my beard looked on the screen. She got really triggered. So I said that she was being hypocritical because she was walking around using her phone. Texting people and going on Facebook. Which she got triggered at me for going on social media. So she's going on social media, but it's okay. So I called her out on that. Then she was like, well, I have a diploma from high school and college and you don't, so we're not equal. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, so this is your whole basis of your article, or your whole argument is that you have 2 pieces of paper that I don't have. One that I'm going to get in a month and one that I don't need to obtain to have success in life? Or one that will cost me $50,000? Cool. Proud of you for wasting your money and having debt right now. Good job. When I'm making more money than you, don't at me, bruh. But either way, so she got really triggered. And then I got triggered more. Just this is when I called her out, so I don't care. Like, I will say it to somebody who could do something. And then I got sent to the principal after. But you know what? I explained the whole situation. It was chill. So don't worry about that. But I found it was worth, you know. I call somebody out when it happens. Because another thing that really triggered me about the whole thing is somebody else went on social media on their phone and she likes them more in the class. So she's like, oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Just don't go on social media again. Like, it just really triggered me. So that was like the day before, or like a couple days before. So I was done. I was just about to call her out on it, and I did. You know, I don't care. I'll say how I feel in a situation. And at one point, I know I wouldn't have done that. Even like last year, I probably would have been like, well, I'm going on my phone. But this year, I'm like, you know what? I don't care. So then I decided to read on my watch. And then I got sent to the principal because I was reading on my watch. Because, fuck you, bitch. You said not to use my phone. Not use my watch. Kill yourself. But, you know, like, legit, I didn't really care. There was like 4 minutes after class anyways. But it was okay. You know, that's part of the thing, too. So then on my list here is accepting what happens. I know that I had other times that I didn't really get sent to the principal that much in high school. Like I did, I think, last year. Once, because I poked a kid with there's like the little compasses that you put the point and you can draw around a circle with a pencil. I poked a kid with the pointy thing and he freaked out even though I barely poked him. Teacher's like, oh my god. He's like, I literally got stabbed, oh my god. So I had to go to the principal then and explain the situation. I'm glad that actually didn't get brought up and it was just that I was being a bad person. Because if they had actually found out that I poked somebody with a pointy object, I just realized that. But you know what? I got sent to and I didn't get sent to the principal, but I had to go talk to the principal like 2 other times. Once last year, once this year. So I've been to the principal like 4 or 5 times. I don't really care. You know, some people get like super triggered, like, oh my god. But you know what? I think I had to go to the principal like 3 times this year. You know, I'm just gonna real talk with you. I'm gonna be like, yo, let me do what I gotta do. And I should have think of it. I think I had 4 times. Once because I didn't go to one of my classes. I didn't go to my study hall. I just had to leave instead, which I didn't know that I had to fill out a paper to leave. Second of all, I got sent there because I got a detention for not going to my study hall. So then I had to explain that I went to the wrong day. And then I had the one where the teacher said that I was on my phone and I had to go there because I got a pass. And then one time that I got sent there. And last year's for poking a kid. And then because the teacher said I was still not doing it, or I was still doing it last year. Remember that. But you know what? I accept what happens. Because I know in like 7th and 8th grade, well, I know in 8th grade especially, I got sent to the principal like every time I went to gym class. Like no joke. Because the teacher hated my existence. And I really got triggered about it every time. But it wasn't worth me getting triggered about. But now I just get sent there, I'm like, yo, whatevs. Teacher doesn't like me, I don't care. I'll roll up, I'll tell him what happened, you know. Like, the funniest thing is when the principal said, I seen that the teacher said you run your phone, I was like, yo, you best believe your boy's on the phone, what's good? I was just like hella chill, I'm like, just reading things, I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Like, what am I supposed to say, you know? But I'm just accepting what happens, you know? You know, that's another thing. And the last thing I think is being, when I meet somebody, I'm not necessarily all out and open like I am here in the videos or around a lot of my friends. I'm really not. Like, if I meet somebody new, I'm sort of just like, hey, that's pretty spicy, memes, hey. You know, I really keep it low key. But like, if I talk to the person for a couple days, we like super chill. Like, there's people that were in my astronomy class. Like the first like 2 weeks, I was just like, hey, what's good? Pretty spicy answers here. But then now it's just like we all just meme each other's life. You know what I mean? So we're all like chill. Everybody's all cool in our group. Like that's the thing. It just takes a couple days and I'm like hella chill with everybody. So that's that. I feel like this is pretty cool because I got to talk about becoming myself and who I am and more of what I want to be. You know, I really feel like I'm happy with where I'm at, you know. The thing is with that I'm not really happy where I'm at is like a relationship with the ladies, because you know I don't have a girlfriend. That makes me sad. I cut every day. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. The way I ask some girls are like, damn, you should probably kill yourself. I'm like, hey, probably should. But you know what? It's alright. Because I'm doing what I do now. I don't need a girlfriend to live my life. You know what I mean? I don't need that. I don't need that all the time. I don't, but I kind of still do in a way. You know what I mean? But one more thing that I do want to point out is over here behind this camera. Because if you guys don't know, this is my setup right here for where I record. This is my green sheet. And this is my computer. And over here's where I keep my headsets. But right behind this camera, back here, is the PlayStation camera. And I got 2 rocks. Let me just grab the other one back here. Okay. This is the first one right here. This one says, follow your dreams. I got this to put up there by the camera. Actually, my mom went to the store and she found a bunch of these rocks. And she decided that I would probably like that one. Because she got a couple from my dad as well. But she decided that would be one that I'd like. And I really did like it because, you know, this is something that I do. This is my dream here to sit in this room or whatever room, wherever. Whether that's next year or 3-4 years, a different room. You know, I want to follow my dream to make content to put on the internet to entertain people. And to put on the content on the internet to inspire people. Okay? I picked this one out today when we went back to the store. Because we had to buy something else. I think we had to look for some lights or something. I don't know. My mom wanted to make something with lights. So we went back to look for lights. And she mentioned this is where I got the rocks from. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let me go check one out. And I got this one here. This is Inspire. I did get one more that also means a lot, and I'm going to put it outside. I got one that said Forever, which is, I'm going to put it outside with Jewel, outside. That really does mean a lot to me, along with some of the other rocks we got out there that says something about being companion and friend or something. That does mean a lot, and it is something that is still emotional to me. We got a couple other rocks out there. We got one for Sapphire and for Belle, if you guys didn't know about Belle, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I didn't really mention it in videos, I know how I felt. I didn't really want to just talk about it anymore. So to talk about any of this, it is a little bit more emotional still, especially talking about Jewel. It's something that I've become more accepting, I guess you could say accepting of and understanding of. And I understand that it happened, I understand how it happens. I understand why it happens. But just to become more try to move on from it. I have definitely, and right as I did, because I was really feeling a lot better. I got past my birthday, which is actually pretty emotional because she wasn't there for that. That was the first time that I remember that. And I got past that, and I was feeling good, and then we had Belle put down in the end of April, and that sort of just brought it back to me of not having a pet again, and it really just brought back the emotions of that. And to do this, to go through this, it is difficult because Jewel's been there for so much of the stuff that I've ever remembered. She did a lot of different things with me that was really cool. Like we always made videos together. She always sat here with me or sat somewhere in this room, and she would sleep in my room, during the nights. And it was different during the winter because she always stayed in my room during the winter, and it was difficult. But I started moving past a little bit, and I came back. Like I came back a couple weeks ago as well. Actually, a couple months ago now, when we were in a pet store, and there was somebody getting a black cat, and it was just really, really difficult. We'll see how it is in the summer, because I haven't really tried to associate with cats that much. It was just too much for me. So we'll see how it is in, I believe, July. I'm going to be staying at my brother's house for 2 weeks, and he's got 2 cats, so I'm staying there to take care of his cats and also stay at his house. So, because he's going on like a trip or something. Yeah, he's going on a trip, so I'm going to stay there and take care of his cats, take care of his house for him. And that'll be interesting because I'll be around his cats. They'll want to like sit and sleep and get food and stuff, so that'll be interesting. It'll probably be the first time that'll really be around cats like that, and we'll see how I feel then. But it definitely was still an emotional thing, and that sort of changed how I felt about a lot of things. It changed a lot of things for me. It really did. And I think I'll feel the emotions of this yet again in June when I graduate, because that's like, there's always special things. And I had Jewel, and I'm like, yay, look at this, is my cat. Let's take pictures for what different events were, and that will be a really big one that you won't be there for. That is not where I expected today's vlog to go. I just expected to be explaining about life and becoming myself. But I didn't expect to make the ending of it an emotional video. It's not like it's what I want to do. You know, like... And it's not like how it was before, like, and I was literally, like, so much tears, but it's still a thing. It's difficult. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.